Minasan, konnichiwa! Kaycee desu. This is Introduction on Japanese Particles. Hello everyone, this is Kaycee and welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I will be introducing the Japanese particles and its common use. What are these so-called Japanese particles? And what are their functions or yung mga common use na tinatawag natin? In this video, I will try to explain as easy as possible yung mga uses or yung common use ng mga particles na to para hindi tayo masyadong mahirapan intindihin. So are we all ready? Let's start!
What is Japanese particles? The word for particle in Japanese is joshi. These are short words in Japanese grammar that indicates relation of words within a sentence. They also follow other words such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, and parts of a sentence. How do we use particles? We will use the particle depending on its function on a sentence. In this lesson, we will learn particles wa, o, no, to, ni, and de. Let's start first with wa. Wa is a topic particle which always comes after the topic of a sentence. It tells the listener what the sentence is all about. Wa is also a contrast marker which shows contrast between two ideas. We will have examples for wa as a contrast marker to give a clearer idea on this function. Another important thing to remember is that it is written as hiragana ha, but when used as a particle, it is pronounced as wa. And lastly, wa as a topic particle somehow gives us literal meaning which can be translated in English to as for or speaking of. Let's see the following examples for wa as a topic particle. Yamada-san wa sensei desu. To break down the sentence, we have Yamada-san as our topic, followed by the topic particle wa, and then sensei, which describe our topic. This means teacher. And lastly, desu, which is our be verb, remember? Literal meaning would be, as for Mr. Yamada, he is a teacher. And in natural speech, we say, Yamada-san wa sensei desu. Mr. Yamada is a teacher. Another example is, Ashita wa nichiyoubi desu. Ashita meaning tomorrow as our topic, followed by wa as the particle, and then nichiyoubi means Sunday, and lastly desu literally means as for tomorrow it is Sunday, but to make it more natural we say ashita wa nichiyoubi desu. Tomorrow is Sunday. Let's see the following examples for wa as a contrast marker. Niku wa tabemasu, demo yasai wa tabemasen. And to break it down, we have the two idea. First idea is niku wa tabemasu. However, the correct particle for this sentence should be the particle o. Niku wo tabemasu. But since we are emphasizing the contrast to the other sentence, we will use the particle wa. And by the way, this means I eat meat. Second idea is yasai wa tabemasen. Again, the particle that we should use if this is a standalone sentence should be the particle o, which we will discuss later. But to show the contrast, we use wa particle. And this means I don't eat vegetables. Notice that we use wa in both of the two idea. And this means niku wa tabemasu, demo yasai wa tabemasen. I eat meat, but I don't eat vegetables. Another example is テレビは見ます。でも、ラジオは聞きません。First idea we have テレビは見ます which means I watch TV. Second idea is ラジオは聞きません. I don't listen to the radio. We use wa on both ideas to show contrast. Therefore, this means I watch TV but I don't listen to the radio. Second particle on the list is o. O is the object particle which actually comes after the direct object of an action. It is also pronounced as o and not wo, as discussed during our hiragana lesson. Let's see the following example for o as the object particle. Watashi wa ringo o tabemasu. To break down the sentence, we have watashi as the subject, followed by the particle wa, and ringo as our object, which means apple. After the object is the particle o. And lastly, we have the verb tabemasu. To complete the sentence, we say watashi wa ringo o tabemasu. I eat apple. Another example is 彼女は靴を買います. 彼女, which means she, is the subject, followed by wa. The object is kutsu, which means shoes, followed by o. And then the verb is 買います. 彼女は靴を買います. She buys shoes. Next particle is no. No is a modifying particle which is used within two nouns. Particle no is also an attribute marker because it marks a category of a noun. It indicates possession and can be compared to of and apostrophe s in English. Let's see the following example for no as a modifying particle. Tatsuya-san no tomodachi. First noun we have Tatsuya-san. Second is tomodachi. We use particle no between the nouns in order to mean Mr. Tatsuya's friend. Another example is これは私のコンピューター. これは私 our first noun and computer as the second noun. Notice the no in between those two nouns. これは私のコンピューター. This is my computer. Let's see the following examples for no as an attribute marker. 日本の自転車. First noun we have 日本. Second we have 自転車. 日本の自転車, Japanese bicycle. Remember that the second noun should be the main idea. Another example we have is アメリカの車が好きです. America is our first noun, which is the attribute or category. No is our particle. Kuruma is our second noun, which is the main idea. Ga is another particle, which we will discuss on our upcoming lesson. Ski desu. アメリカの車が好きです. I like American cars. Fourth particle on our list is to. It is a connecting particle which connects two or more nouns. It can be translated in English as and. It is also an involvement marker which indicates that the action was done together with. Let's see the following examples for to as connecting particle. Ramen to sushi. Ramen, our first noun. Sushi is the second. In between those two nouns is the particle to. So this is ramen to sushi. Ramen and sushi. Another example is Suzuki to Sakura to Takeshi. Notice that we put to in between those nouns. It means Suzuki, Sakura, and Takeshi. Let's see the following examples for to as an involvement marker. Sakura wa Takeshi to eiga o miru. Sakura is the subject, followed by wa. Takeshi is the person whom Sakura will do the action with, and of course, it should be followed by particle to. Eiga is the object, followed by o. And lastly, our verb, miru. Sakura wa Takeshi to eiga o miru. Sakura will watch a movie with Takeshi. Another example is Watashi wa haha to bangohan o tabemasu. Watashi wa haha. This is the kanji character for it, and this means my mother. Followed by to. Bangohan is the object, meaning dinner. O tabemasu. Watashi wa haha to bangohan o tabemasu. I eat dinner with my mother. Next particle on the list is ni. It is a location particle which indicates the location where the person or thing exists. It is also used for arimasu and imasu, meaning to have or to exist. It is also a time particle which indicates a point in time, and it is equivalent to in, on, at in English. Let's have examples of ni as a location particle. Watashi wa gakko ni ikimasu. Watashi wa. Gakko is the location or our destination, meaning school, followed by the particle ni to mark the location. And our verb is ikimasu. Watashi wa gakko ni ikimasu. I go to school. Let's have another example. Rainen Nihon ni kaerimasu. Rainen, which means next year. Nihon is our destination, which means Japan. And by the way, this is the kanji for it. Ni kaerimasu. Rainen Nihon ni kaerimasu. I will go back to Japan next year. Let's see examples of ni as a time particle. Gozen 7時半に起きます. Gozen 7時半 is our time, meaning 7:30 a.m. Ni as the time particle and verb 起きます. Gozen 7時半に起きます. I wake up at 7:30 a.m. Next example, we have 金曜日にゴルフをします. 金曜日 meaning Friday, ni as our particle, gorufu o shimasu, to play golf. Kinyoubi ni gorufu o shimasu. I play golf on Friday. But remember, particle ni should not be followed by a relative time expression or adverb of time such as kyo, kino, konshu, rainen, and so on. Lastly, we have the particle de. It is a location particle which marks where an action takes place. It is also a means marker which marks the means of doing something or the material made out of. It cannot be used in arimasu or imasu, since the correct particle for these two is ni, as mentioned earlier. Let's have example of de as a location particle. Yuki to Ken wa kiseten de aimasu. Yuki to as our connecting particle. Ken, Yuki to Ken as our subject, followed by wa, and kiseten, meaning coffee shop, is the location of the action. De is our particle that marks the location. Aimasu is the verb. Yuki to Ken wa kiseten de aimasu. Yuki and Ken meet at the coffee shop. Another example is Tokyo eki de aimashou. Tokyo, eki, meaning Tokyo Station, is our location. And by the way, this is the kanji for Tokyo. De is the particle. Aimashou is our verb meaning let's meet. Tokyo eki de aimashou. Let's meet in Tokyo Station. Let's have an example of de as a means marker. Mainichi jitensha de gakko ni ikimasu. Mainichi meaning every day. Jitensha is our means of doing something, and followed by de. Gakko is the location or destination. Ni as our location particle. Ikimasu as our verb. Mainichi jitensha de gakko ni ikimasu. I go to school by bicycle every day. Another example is Nihongo de itte kudasai. Nihongo meaning Japanese language, and this is the kanji character for it. De itte kudasai. Nihongo de itte kudasai. Please say it in Japanese language. In this lesson, we learned the following Japanese particles.
Ayan na guys ang ating introduction to Japanese particles. Actually, madami to madaming mga Japanese particles. Pero, yung mga na-discuss natin, yan ay yung mga common na particles and yan din yung mga common functions nila. As we go along, mas marami pa tayong matututunan sa mga particles na to, kaya stay tuned sa mga videos ko. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share mo na din to sa mga friends mo if you want. And please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Good luck! Ganbatte kudasai! Arigatou Gozaimasu! Bye-bye! Jane!